There we go. Let me make sure this shit is smooth too. All right, we in here, boys. We in here. Cause that shit, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know why it's like the overlay is showing y'all two cameras down at the bottom now for me. I gotta turn that
All the
overlay shit off.
Discord shit.
Yeah, I gotta turn that shit off. Well, man, we back. Episode motherfucking 4, y'all. We in the fucking building.
It's the word, everybody.
Hello, ladies
Yeah,
and gents. Hello, ladies and gents. Man, a little recap. I thought we had a good first week to us. Clap it up to us, dog. We had a first good week.
we try.
You know, a lot of funny moments, a lot of shit talking, a lot of good ass topics. You know what I'm saying? We had some strong topics too. I think there's some shit that we talked about that was very crucial to video games, to the core memories that these motherfuckers bring to us, and the friendships we made, and you know, just like remasters that we think should be, brought back, things that are fucking choking the system right now on video games, and things that are like destroying the core foundation of what video games are, right? Like we spoke on a lot of those things, and brought some ideas to play too, and with the last episode on episode 3. So if y'all didn't go watch those, y'all didn't tap in, like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. I think we just hit 20 subscribers. We aiming for 100. Shit, let's get 50. It ain't that far away. But I hope everybody had a great weekend, a great week. We back at it again. And today we just going, we going to just talk a little about a few things. Some things, we're going to talk about some evolutions of FPS games, what we would like to see in some MMORPGs, because we feel like there's not any really that are like dominant out right now. They got some that are cool, right? There's some good ones that are out, but they're old. Not saying that it's bad to play something from the past, because my man keep bringing up Ringscape, fuck,
Okay,
whatever.
us.
But but it is what it is. Like, can't shut
Y'all
him up.
still beefing about that, man?
Can't shut him up over that dumb shit. But
Bro, he's been going about it for a couple days. We ain't even gonna talk about it. That's for another conversation.
all right, I guess. But then we're gonna talk about, like, the biggest game, man, coming to the fucking market, bro. Grand Theft Auto 6, right? Our expectations for that, what we have on hopes, and what we expect, right? How do we like what like do we expect the world to stop? Like, we're gonna talk a lot about that, and then we got some things that we're gonna talk on too. That's a little touchy, right? Because I love sports. I was an athlete one time in my life. I'm a has been. But I'm a proud has been. I'm a proud has been. But I still love my sports. Yeah, why you smiling, bro?
No, you're good. I'm just
I'm just
proud that you use that. You feel me?
because I'm a
And
has been. I'm okay. I'm okay with that, bro. Playing sports almost took my life, bro. You know, we got a weird relationship, me and that shit. But I
you
still,
ain't lying.
I still fuck with the sports though. Even though that shit try to take me out my glory, I still shout out to sports, man. But we're gonna talk about some sports games, and then I think this should be fucking fun, y'all. We just talked about it right before we launched. Is soundtracks, right? Gaming soundtracks that we know and love today. That I know there's millions and millions of people over the world that
Willie
listen
C
to.
said, "No, you ain't."
But um, no, I ain't to what, cuz. But what the fuck? What was I saying? To soundtracks that we listen to, like millions of people, man. I got the Halo 3 soundtrack on my fucking phone. So um I think that's a really good one. FIFA 13, it got a great soundtrack. But yeah, like we're gonna talk about all that shit. We're gonna talk about, the different things and the aspects of shit that we came to love and enjoy about these games, and what we expect, right, coming from these games, and what we would love to see. So, as I am your host, Dougie P, aka Josh, J Waves, whatever you want to call me, fucking whatever, Josh Tholomew, as my man's E be calling me sometimes, which I'm about to start, Oh, I'm a has been, gang. I'm a motherfucking has been, cuz I'm a has been ass hooper, bro. I'm not a hooper and a baseball player, but other than that, I'm a has been, yo. But I ain't got that in me no more. I ain't pick up a basketball since like 2018.
That boy
Nah,
pick up a ball now, you gonna flip a disc. I ain't even gonna
nah,
lie to
I
you.
pick a ball up right now. I might low key cry, but like
Yeah.
just I'm like nah, man. But I love the sports though. But yeah, we just we're gonna touch on a lot of things like that, and I'm excited for it though. But I hope everybody, like I said, had a great week. I'm here with E again. I'm here with 50, aka
Yes,
Shaq.
sir.
E, aka Tuta. Nah, I'm just
Well,
bullshitting. Chill. I'm just
That boy
bullshitting.
Narby calling him Deep.
languages. Oh my
I'm
god.
just bullshitting. But nah, that's I'm here with the fellas again, man. We here. We live. We excited to bring these topics up, and we're gonna get into it, right? We're gonna get into evolutions of these FPSs, man. Y'all remember the first FPS game y'all played?
It was top. Nah, that's not a FPS. I was gonna say
Double O
the
Seven for Nintendo.
Mm,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember playing that shit around like
mm, mm,
2000,
mm.
2005 ish maybe.
Yeah,
Like
that was
coming into it
definitely.
late. That
What
was like
would
was it
y'all?
got like 64?
Yeah, that was
Like
probably
Yeah,
like that was
GoldenEye or
probably
something
like
like
that was
that?
probably like 96, 97, or 98. One of those that like
I had
three.
that
Yeah.
had that little gold. I
What
forgot
do
what
y'all?
gun that was
What do
now.
y'all? Do y'all consider like arcade? Like how like House of the Dead? You consider that a first person?
House of the Dead.
House of the Dead.
That's the
I'm
shit you
trying.
shoot in the arcade with the fucking gun.
Oh, what? I used to love going to the pizza shop over there in Warren. Before it turned into Crowns, right across from Roxbury Mall. Cause I used to live over there on Warren when I was younger. I used to walk up there, bro, and spend all my little quarters in there and have a ball.
Yeah, my
But
first time doing
first
that shit.
person shooter is
All right, that's what I'm like, cause
it's
I'm like,
it's
I
an
feel like that'd
immersive
be
shooter.
yeah,
I'd give it immersive, but I wouldn't say first
cause that's
person.
like the
First
first
person.
that's the first shit I think I could say like before like shooter that I like really played, cause I was at Good Times. They had that bitch at Good Times.
You remember good times? You still remember Funko Land?
Yeah,
Yo,
come on. I remember
Okay, 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 okay.
what was the we
damn.
had Playland 2, which was the little water park. You never heard of Playland?
Not bro. The age
Duh.
difference,
The age gap is like, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
like
Will,
Like,
yo, Will,
it's
if
yeah.
you
like
still Will, if you still
you
in
feel
here,
me?
bro,
Like
cuz I know you remember Playland. Like that was lit. It was like it was just a water park. It was like a splash pad they call it now, bro. Y'all
splash
probably
pad.
heard
You
of it,
feel
but
me?
y'all probably heard of
They
it, but
just,
y'all people just never
ain't
took you
really
to it.
thinking.
Yeah. That was a real white thing to do though. I ain't gonna lie. Splash pad.
Man, yeah, I ain't never
But that
heard of
shit,
that.
yeah, that was a fun spot. But hell yeah, good times because then we had the bro. We all grew up Boston paintball, bro. Like that whole area was fire, bro. Like you could get food. You go in the arcade, get lit. They had food in the arcade. They had the
I ain't,
paintball. Like they had the go karts over there too. I think right. I think there was go karts
Yep,
over there too.
bumper cards, all that shit.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like so that was a big thing. But damn, I'm trying to think. Like, what was my first? I want to say it looked well. SOCOM was third person. Um,
yeah, SOCOM was third
Yeah,
person. That was on PlayStation.
I want to say it might be like my first that I really actually played and played through like the campaign. Might have been because of my cousin Ryan. He had the Call of Duty Big Red one. I think that was Call of Duty 2.
I
That would have
could
been
That
be
might
like
be
wrong with the
that.
title. I think Brother in Arms was that the title of that game or some shit like that. I'm trying to think.
that might have been my first one. But like the evolution, man, to see them how they've come so far, man, and like when you go play some less old now, right? And then you look like, damn, like this FOV fucking sucks.
Man, I be saying that all the time. Like this shit looked like this when I was younger. Oh, I was happy as a pig in shit. I ain't
Yo,
gonna lie. Like, what
man,
the fuck is this?
like yo, it's so bad. Like, and then we didn't have a ability to turn off motion blur and all these type of like screen shake. Like, we couldn't turn none of that off. So it was like we was really playing with games that were just like in our eyes because it felt so immersive at the time. Like you're sitting there like shaking while you're shooting a gun and shit. But it was like, nah, this is ill. Like, what the hell? Like, I feel like this is really me. Like, but yours, you said fifth. Yours was GoldenEye. You said.
Nah, y'all wasn't there for Brothers in Arms?
Brothers in Arms, Brothers in Arms. That's a military game. I think I was. Hold on. Let me. I don't want to.
Don't tell me y'all wasn't there
I'm
for
sorry.
I'm
that.
on. I'm on caps. In
I
Arms
lied.
or
Actually, I think my first was SWAT.
I don't think I played SWAT.
Well, that was like PS2. Cause my pops had very few like
Oh,
PlayStation games. Well, my
I
pops
do
really only
remember
played
Brothers in
PlayStation games.
Arms.
So like freaking SWAT, it was SWAT, Manhunt, Max Payne that was in my crib at the time. The ESPN football. I don't know if y'all remember that. That's a throwback one.
Yo, Gearbox
Um,
was making this game. What the fuck?
oh,
Brother in Arms. I remember because I remember this D-Day one. And then the Sons of War. This was the last one or something.
Yup, yup.
Because I didn't know Gearbox and Ubisoft made these shits.
I remember seeing it. I never played it.
That's crazy,
I
boy.
liked I liked Black. You remember Black? That might have been my first
Black was
actually. I
cool.
might I might I might be lying my ass off right now, but Black might have been my first one.
Yeah, Black was smooth.
For me, it was definitely 007.
This shit
I
was
remember that shit
crazy, bro.
vividly.
Black was so fire, bro. Like that was a fucking this game was top tier, bro. Like
I tell you, I was rocking with Black. Black. My aunt's boyfriend had that. I played it over there a couple times. It was smooth, but what I was playing all the time was that SWAT. I definitely remember SWAT
I don't
heavy.
think I've ever played SWAT. I'm about to look it up, but this game was lit. Like, and it's so crazy, right? To really think like we came right like from FPS games to like where the fucking hills were at. They were just on a box on the floor, and it was like a medic symbol or like you know what I mean. Like that shit looks crazy. Oh my
Yeah, that
god,
game. That game is a little vicious. I ain't gonna lie.
what this game?
The Black
Yeah, nah. I'm like, and then what you said you was playing SWAT?
SWAT. Yeah, that was like PlayStation 2. I think I want to say early,
Then
early.
they got a whole SWAT 4. Like I didn't even see all. I never even played this.
They got a SWAT
Saying,
4.
I don't think I was there for the SWAT.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played this. I never even seen this shit.
Oh my God, they got a SWAT 4. I never knew that. I thought
SWAT
it stopped
SWAT
at
for
one.
PS2 is the perfect game. Nah, this is
What
like
was SWAT 4 for?
Shoot, they got it on Steam. Hold on, we might have
we might get some
to
throwbacks going, huh?
we had to throw that on there just because I ain't never played. Oh no, nah, they don't got it. It was a
Oh,
group. I played myself, but yeah, I was playing that because it was that and SOCOM and a couple other games in my house.
SOCOM was amazing.
Amazing. I wish they could make a comeback. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, SOCOM.
Yeah, they don't even got it on Steam.
Bro, this shit looks crazy. This shit look like we're it shit. You know what it looked like? It remind me of is what's the shit we be playing right now?
But they're not. That's
Yeah,
why I was thinking that when I had looked at the thing.
I would have put it past if they
Like,
had some type of comparison to this. Like they was like like games built off that. Because I'm like the motherfucker just zip tied like a civilian.
hmm I'm
Wow, this is
telling you,
crazy.
like it
Oh,
just shot to me in the back of my head, like real quick, like, oh, hold on, you don't remember SWAT?
like
I'm
restraining them and
telling,
everything. That's funny as hell.
I'm trying to tell you.
SWAT.
And when the hell did SWAT even drop? I think SWAT dropped. Hold up,
Probably like
release date,
2004, 5.
PS2, 2003,
Damn,
October 28th, 2003.
that's crazy. That is insane. That is insane. But yeah, nah, they've like come a long way, man. When like you really like look at these FPS games, bro. It's like, and they were cool. Like these shits aren't ass. Like these are like for the time frame. It's like, whoa, these was legit.
What that game was fire. I was trying to clear everything in that. That was my Rainbow Six Vegas 2 before it was Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I
Like he
believe.
just turned around from the flash and everything to nah. He's leaning. They got lean mechanics.
Do they?
Yeah, he was leaning. He was leaning. Nah,
He was
and fucking
leaning.
in fucking 2003, Buddy had to bro. Why does that look like fucking Rembrandt from what is it called? The Warriors, the dude with the spray paint, the skinny like with the fro.
You're stupid. Go Chief.
Nah, Rembrandt. It was the new guy, the one that they had like that was tagging everything. There was like their spray paint dude. Cochise was the Native American dude.
Mm.
Don't mind that ping, y'all. But yeah, nah, that shit funny as hell. But nah, that's tough, man. They had a house game. What the hell?
Yeah, I remember the house game. I remember my house was going stupid
Yes.
on TV wise.
My cousin Beck had the CSI game on her DS. I used to play that shit all the time. That CSI game was tough.
I believe it.
I didn't even know there was a CSI game.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't in our realm. It was more so for them people that love the shows. It wasn't made for the gamers, I don't believe. I never personally played it, so I can't say that, but
It
I
was
always
cool.
heard about them
It was
things on
like a,
like
it was like a
commercials and stuff,
you just
or
like
like
crime
when I
game.
would do homework.
It was a regular crime game. But nah, it's just crazy though to think, right? Like, cause what's the newest FPS that came out? I know Doom just dropped,
Yeah, it'd be Doom, I think.
I think we'll be done.
right? And that
Doom's
shit, I'm
like
not gonna lie, that shit looks incredible. Like, I watched that shit on max
shit
graphics.
compared to day one. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
I never really played Doom all like that growing up. Like
I
I
played.
always
Well,
seen it. Like
I
that was
told
like the
y'all what I was
pinnacle of
playing, and
like
y'all didn't
Neither,
hear
winning.
it.
neither did I.
Yeah, man, yeah, yo, cuz I don't know if you still in here. You ever remember Serious Sam? I was trying to explain to these guys about Serious Sam, but Serious Sam was my Doom, yo. That was my shit. That was my, even Turok might have been my first though, but I know for sure I played a lot of Black, bro, because I loved the AK in that. That's what made me fall in love with AKs. Was Black.
You love them AKs.
Yeah, them shits is every Call of Duty. I'm like, that's like I always use it, bro. It don't matter. I'll use the AK or I'll use the AKM, regular AK-47, or what's the other one? The RPM, right? That's the LMG, right?
You said the
You said
RPK?
briefly.
RPK,
Yeah,
RPK, yeah. That shit
yeah.
is
The
tough. The
RPK is
RPK
the
is yeah.
LMG version.
Yeah, that shit, yeah. LMGs that was my shit. But that
The
was
hell's a
like,
frag?
what's a what?
You say he played
What's a
Turok
frag
and
punk?
Duke.
I play no Serious Sam. I didn't really play like Duke Nukem maybe a little bit, but not really. I didn't play a lot of Doom. I was more like for real, like really Serious Sam was that shit, bro. But another game y'all remember, right? I meant to bring this up because I would have loved for it to be remastered, and I didn't bring it up that day. I think that was episode 2 or 1, one of the two. But State of Emergency, bro.
State of Emergency was smooth. That
That
was
game
like
was mad fun, bro.
that was
Like,
Yeah,
mercenaries without like fucking
okay,
everything
cuz.
up.
Yeah,
You feel me?
that shit was elite, bro. That,
But shit,
that
I still miss mercenaries. I got into
Mercenary was
mercenaries
fire
on
too.
like
Well,
Mercenaries 2, I believe.
I got a headbanger right now. I'm gonna let you do your thing, but I got a headbanger.
Mercenaries 2 is the one. I never played Mercenaries 1. That'd be a lot of games. Like I done got into the second installment. And be like, oh okay, this is fire. Then go to the first installment, like, oh okay, I see. Like they did everything that they was missing.
Mm,
You know me.
mm.
But Mercenaries 2 is definitely up there. Like it was just like that open world aspect of just doing like everything. The state of emergency was stupid. That shit was
Mm.
stupid. You run into the malls, beating people up. Well, I think I only ever got to like the first level. I ain't gonna lie. I was a kid playing it, so I didn't really understand what the hell I was doing most of the time. I was
Alright,
just sitting
so
there, just like
he
spanking
said,
the
I
walls
was
and all
just
that.
there having fun. I
let's
was
see.
there having
Yeah, like
Nah, hell
fun.
yeah. That's how I was with Zelda at first. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Like I didn't know shit about that game. Like I ran
I
into that
thought
game.
Zelda was a dude with the blade till I grew
Yeah.
up.
So his name was Link. You found out his name was Link.
Like, oh,
Zelda was
my
the
fault,
princess. Zelda
dude.
was the princess. But Freedom Fighters. Y'all ever played Freedom Fighters? PS2, Xbox?
I'm getting like a little vivid, like
Alright, so if y'all got this shit pulled up, I'm right here, bro.
Yeah, no, do your thing.
So like I wanna just
Freedom fighter.
get a brief, but Freedom Fighters was that shit. Was that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see, hold on. So like they came and arrest these dudes. Like you lining up because the world's like going to shit. And like the
Yeah, I never.
military's trying to take over like this mad shit. Like, yeah, I think it was like the Russians were like invading the US, bro.
I never
So they
played it.
corrupted the government, bro. This game was lit, bro. Like me and my cousin Ryan used to play this shit, and Matt, this was a good ass game, bro. So you just recruit people to your team, bro. You can have a bunch of different soldiers with you and shit. I want to see that's the Manhattan, so they in New York right now. But you got to level like mad different shit, bro. But they're kind of reminding me of like this was like the first the division, like it was like a quarantine zone, like in a sense, like you got to have like your team and you went in there and you was trying to like basically take over like the points back and shit.
Mm.
But I'm like, see all the dudes with him and shit.
Yeah.
They're just and if they die, you just recruit somebody else. Like you pick a random dude up off the street or something, or you know what I'm saying? Like you find a way to recruit them and shit. But it's like like this shit was crazy. But this game was fire. This was one of them ones. Like this game was one of them ones. But this was a sleeper. But it was third person. But it was definitely one of them ones. I played a lot of this shit. You just plant the bomb. Like, yeah, this shit was ill, bro. Like, it's a whole game. This game was only 4 hours to beat. It felt like longer than that when I played.
You was a kid, ain't no shit. You just there shooting.
I just sucked. But nah, that shit, like, I'm like, that shit, I ain't gonna lie, put a whole like thing on me to really know like about video games and shit. Like dead ass, like shooters and shit like that is what really, I branched out into when I was able to play these shits, bro. Cause at first I wasn't playing these shits. But these shits, like, if I had to do a military, I got lucky, bro. Grams let me get that shit.
To
That's
go
why.
off topic, but did y'all play Shadow the Hedgehog?
Hell
Hell yeah,
yeah,
I had
hell yeah. That was a
Yo,
tough ass
where they had
game.
the three was it Heroes? Sonic Heroes?
yeah. With the three names like the teams and shit. Yeah, yup.
Yep,
Sonic
yep.
Heroes.
I played that. I was definitely playing that John.
Shadow the Hedgehog for other thing it was for GameCube. That shit was shit. Like, I'm like, oh nah, they gave Shadow a gun.
Yeah, you see, check your phone. Q said he can't comment. He said, why can't I comment? I don't know why he can't comment. It's like, what is he on? Is he at? Well, he's not at work right now.
He's
Is he using that on his
probably
Xbox? It's probably why.
Okay, with the rock
probably
stars.
probably he probably on his Xbox or something.
Yeah, like, but nah, yeah, that
Yeah,
Sonic's the
probably
head.
better.
All those little games was ill, bro. Sonic was fire. Um, Crash Bandicoot was gas. What else? They had, yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. All those little like arcadey kid games. I wouldn't even call them kid games because them shits got hard as fuck, bro. But them shits was all fire, bro.
Telling you, I was
Like,
playing that one with the boomerang all the time. Damn, I
Yeah,
can't
I
think.
I seen what you was talking about. I'm like, this was definitely like the. Nah, I wouldn't say bootleg, but off brand.
I gotta remember the name. Tired of Tasmanian Tiger. That's what it was. I used to play
mm,
Mhm.
that all the time.
there was a game that was on Xbox One that came out. It was like a fox. It was something. I don't know what it was, but
I don't know.
hold on, Fox game Xbox. Yeah, Super Lucky Tail. It was like this shit was lit. It was like the same shit, kind of like the concept of like a Mario in a sense, but you a fox. But they had different like areas you could run around. They had side scroll areas and then the actual like you just ran around the map. But then when you went in the worlds, it was side scroll. It was pretty cool. I fucked with this shit a lot on Xbox. I ain't gonna lie. I think I might have got all the achievements like a nerd. Not gonna lie. But
Cut
this
some
I believe it.
grass.
Hey man, that was my era of being fucking sick, bro. Fuck off, will you, buddy? Fuck off.
You got it. You got it. You got it. My fault. My
I
fault.
was now I like a little grass, but then grass no my friend. Grass no my
That boy.
friend.
Grass not my friend.
You know?
Man.
What up, Q? But yeah, nah,
That
that shit
boy.
was not that shit wasn't my friend, yo. But fucking yeah, this shit was tough though. But hold on. Let's go into right. I want to talk about fifth. We're trying to break you out into the world of MMORPGs. We're trying to get you in a little more acquainted with that type of shit.
I would say a little more. I'm a
Nah, you
little
know
tapped
about them.
in.
You ain't oblivious. You ain't brain dead. But what's three things that you need in a MMORPG game?
Oh, oh, okay.
Nah, don't
Why
do
he look
that.
at the camera
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you all
Why he
best
look
of
at the camera
five, you
like
Oh,
freaky
that?
ass
I
boy.
thought he was gonna say list your top 3 MMO or
Oh, you
my
could do that
RPG,
first. Do that
whatever.
first. Do
No,
that. Nah, cause you gonna.
we,
I know what
we
you
good,
gonna
we
say
good,
first, bro.
we
And I'm
good,
gonna
we good,
really,
we good, we
bro. I
good.
don't
I'm
want
gonna
it,
answer your
bro.
question first.
All right. Cause I
Can you
don't want
restate
you.
your question because you got me flustered.
I
I
said,
forgot. I forgot.
give me three things that you need. Like just three. You can list more. It don't really matter. But I'm just gonna say three. What is three that you like essential things that you need in an MMORPG, right? For it to like really be, let's. You want to do five, three or five?
I could do the 3. I could do the
All right,
3.
all right.
I need support. Like I'm talking
Mm,
about
mm.
super Fortnite level of support.
Okay.
That's the type of support I need. Like to the point where it's like, yo, bro, they're updating it too much. Like the content's like it's overwhelming, but you have so much content that it's like it's there,
It just
and
keeps
they're able to
keeps
keep up with
bringing
the
you
stuff.
back. Keeps bringing you back.
You feel me? That.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I gotta have depth, like, and not too heavy on the transactions. Don't get me wrong. Cosmetically, I could deal with like let me have some exclusive gear like with Star Wars. How I started the Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I started
we both
playing
shit.
that. Yeah, no, but I started playing that when it like first dropped. Like that was my like way into one the MMORPG shit, and two like I was seeking more out of like the Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, and that was
Mm,
my more. You feel me?
yeah.
And that had everything, bro. And even now, because what it probably dropped in like 2010 or around that era or something like that.
Yeah, it was a
And
while
that
ago.
shit's still going. Like they still got stupid guilds in there. Me having a PC only for like a year, I still be trying to understand that whole little one too. They're so far advanced, to me
Yeah, that
in
that
terms of
culture
like
is
hours they done put in.
yeah,
They
that
done put in
culture is
like
it's the same with World of
hours and
Warcraft,
hours
bro.
of that.
Those cultures are crazy.
World of Warcraft too. I always wanted to play World of Warcraft, but it got to the point where they got to the situation of them like make you pay after you get a certain level. It's like
Yeah.
I like the game, but I don't
I'm
like the
not
game
trying to
that
pay
much
to
to be
keep
just
yeah. That shit.
throwing you off for bread. And I might have some other heat that come to me because there's some people that really be really down with it, like the World of Warcraft. Like they still screaming the Mohawk grenade, like they going crazy with it. You feel me? But those are my top 3. I need support, support, good depth in that game. Like they got to be like so much to it, and don't make it so transaction heavy. If you're gonna make it transaction heavy, at least have like a shit ton of like cosmetic stuff, not like shit to like. What was that last game? Black Desert.
Yeah. That we
Would you
played
count
that.
that as an
That
MMORPG?
is, yeah, Black Desert Online, yeah,
Not,
BDO.
not Black Desert. What was that last shit? Throne and Liberty. Throne and
Throne and
Liberty.
Liberty. Oh
That
yeah, that was a pay to win basically. That was a whole
Yeah, that was
that was
like
a
mad. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong. Loved
it
it.
just it
That shit was
just
smooth.
it
It
was
was
too money
that
grab,
was a
too much money
2K.
grab.
It
Yeah.
was 2K of
Yeah.
MMORPGs. Like
Yeah, for
they
sure.
want you to throw some bread at that. Like
So
I don't like the game that much, bro. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but I ain't gonna give y'all no money.
yeah.
That's too much.
So I'd agree with that. I think for one you need the cosmetic aspect, right? Because you want your character to feel like you want to represent him the best way you can. But that support is crucial. Um, and I think just right like content, like you need content, right? That's the same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite is obviously had the collabs, but I want like I don't know, man. I want a immersive world, right? Like I want some shit that doesn't feel like it gets repetitive every fucking time, right? Like I want there to be a new feeling every time I come back to the world or I'm doing something else and somewhere else, like, and I don't want there to be like I don't want certain shit to I don't know, like certain shit to be overpowered. Like I wanted there to be a big balance of in-game currency, right? Like I don't want it to be so overwhelmed. Like, cause remember when ESO came out, bro, and after that first like probably like 6 months of that game, the whole economy in the game was fucked up. You couldn't buy shit. Like it was fucked up. Like people were charging shit that, if they went and got it themselves, all right, cool. But they fucked the economy up where it was super expensive. And I think that's crucial is to like find a way to balance the economy and then find it not like make it too stressful and too grindy, but make it grindy enough, right? Like to me, like I shouldn't have to wait real 30 days to
Yeah,
be
no,
able like you know what I'm saying? That to me that's
that's
like
absurd.
dumb. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Um and I get it, but it's like, damn, bro, like I gotta probably spend a whole year crafting just to be able to max craft everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get on every
That's
single day to make sure that I put my shit to craft. Like
yeah, that's
and
that ESO shit.
yeah, and that shit
That's
was a
that.
tough too. And then, you know what I mean? I forget another game that was like that too. Like it was like, but I love games like, to me RuneScape did it the best with the categories, right? Like, and that's also why I said the other day, I
RuneScape.
yeah, the other day,
No,
what the fuck?
no. I
Nah,
ain't
nah, nah,
think you was
nah.
gonna give
Q
RuneScape
put a,
credit.
a mouth breather emote, but nah, because I played
'Cause
that shit. Like that was it was a good game for when I was a kid, but I'm not gonna lie, New World was like that. To me, New World scratched that itch. That's why I was like, yeah, I think you would have fucked with New World. Like if I was gaming with you and G at the time, like me and G was playing that shit heavy, but it was only me and him, and we met a couple people on there that they were mad cool. But it's like that game was dope because it was you had to level up everything. You're mining, you're fishing, you're fucking, you're crafting. Like everything had a category, and it was easy to do it. It just was like it was like repetitive. You know what I'm saying? But it was easy to like get it up there, leveled up. But it wasn't like OD like, yeah, I don't really want to do this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to wait 30 days to be able to craft the illest shit that I need to make my set complete, right? Like so I think that was also important too of finding that balance that is like, damn, like, we need that itch in a sense, right? We need that shit scratched off to like have some ill because I feel like all of our friends they're stuck on simple shit, 5M, sports shit, like, fucking or don't have PCs and it's PCs are expensive obviously and motherfuckers got priorities. But it's like I would love for all of us to be on an MMORPG, bro. Like that'd be fire, bro. It'd be
that's gonna
so
be
lit.
clean. There might be hope. There might be hope. Cause what about that Dune Awakening? I know you was talking about that
I
joint a
I
little
looked at
bit,
it. I looked at it. I seen
and I'm
Shroud
looking
play
at
it.
the joint right now. I ain't gonna lie, it looked promising,
I
but
seen
I gotta
Shroud
see
play
it
it a
in
lot. Shroud
actual
Shroud
play.
Shroud played it a lot with a couple other guys and it looked solid. Like it looked fun as fuck, but I think it's only what on PC or something like that too, right? I don't know if it's on console.
Is it? I'll figure
Yeah,
that out.
remember, and a lot of people ain't really real gamers like that. They stick to what they know, what they like.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's
people
why I
don't like
always
branching out.
that's why I talk shit to Tay, bro. I'm like, bro, you my big bro, like, but come on, bro. You gotta really expand your horizon, bro. Like have some fun. Like, cause it's not even the fact that it's like, all right, PvP might get annoying sometimes, bro. Dog, they got PvP in ESO. They got PvP in other shit like those MMORPGs, right? They got PvP in that. And then it's like it's just fun to even play like a cooperative game with your people. It's like me and you was playing Repo yesterday. Fucking that game is hilarious. I'm gonna upload
Hell
those
yeah.
shorts soon. So y'all go check those out. My man's was almost shit himself, but it's alright.
I
Um
don't, I don't
and
do
he
jump
broke a
scares.
d-
I
and
don't
he
do them
and,
shit.
and he physically abused me in a video game. He broke a diamond off my head that was worth twenty one
Hell
hundred.
yeah,
That was worth $2,100. Like mad abusive for no reason.
man. It was a fake diamond.
Nah,
What
that was
diamond break over your head like that? Or you got a hard ass head. Either or.
we're made out of metal, bro. But that's true. But it ain't gonna break off metal. But I'm saying we are
He
made
said,
out of
"Huh?"
we were
Said
made
what?
out of metal. We were tin cans yelling ah.
Nah, them shits are like the goddamn boobas off of what the hell? PBS Kids on dogs. Y'all remember them boobas?
You talking about them fake ass tubby
Yeah, them knockoff Teletubbies.
yeah, yeah.
Or what's the
Like,
shit? Them shits look like roly poliolis. The robots.
boo, you're stupid.
But yeah, nah, that was, those. I think that's what we need is like a refresh because it's like it's nice to get back on these games and be like, all right, cool. But you ever like eat because I want to play. I miss playing Destiny, but and it's like I miss these games, but it's like damn, like not that like we are so far behind because there's people that just do nothing but play that game. Um, and shit like that. But it's like, yo, like I want a fresh start from level 0 with my boys.
Yeah, I want a game where like everybody's at 0. Like,
Yeah,
don't get me
and
wrong. I guess that's some whole shit, whatever the case. But I want some new shit where it's like it's reeling everybody in. Like how Fallout 76 is trying to get they revive. Would you count that as
yeah, that's
MMORPG?
yeah, in a sense. I mean, it's like a survival type.
It's not like RuneScape level, World of Warcraft level. You feel me? Or Star Wars: Old Republic, but it got like some little aspect to it. I feel like
I would get back on that. I don't know how much it is. I'd try it out. I haven't like played it at all. Like
they not doing it right enough.
that's the thing is like I know I tried it with Monk and that first week I ain't gonna lie, me and him got griefed by some real life loser on there, bro. Like we got griefed bad. Like it was bad. It was bad, yo. But I'm like I be coming to like realization that we're just at a
It's not
stand,
an
right?
MMO. I wouldn't.
What
Yeah,
is it?
M-
It's like an
it's not an
RPG then,
MMO.
right? It's probably just an
Yeah, it's
RPG.
RPG. Just a RPG multiplayer.
But yeah, nah, I'm like, yeah, I need something to scratch that itch, bro, because Elder Scrolls ESO did it for a while because it was me, Nate, Geo, our boy, our boy Red, right? And then we had met like 2 other people on there, so we had a full 6, bro. And you could do dungeons and not dungeons, but you could do 6-man trials. Sometimes there's 12 people, but you could do a 6-man trial on that. So we had enough people, like everybody had a role. I did the healer, Geo was a DPS, and Nate was a DPS, Red was a tank. Like, so it's like, damn, like we had that aspect to play those shits, you know. And it's like, fuck, like we had the means to play because we were all having fun. We all had the DLCs. We all like, and I'm like, we was just playing and grinding in our own sense, right? Getting shit. And I'm like, even going in PvP and wrecking, right? We was playing the big scale battles where you got to get the scrolls and shit. That shit mad fun. Capturing scrolls and people's castles and shit, fire. But it's like, it's just I wish we would have had a way to kind of branch out off that and have somebody else, tap in. I hope, I'll sure we could get on Star Wars. I'll dead ass. I'll probably keep my highest character, but I'll start over. Like if us three, but I don't really want to start
If
over because
that dude over there is serious,
and we'll play it.
man,
listen. Y'all boys had it longer than I.
Nah, but that's what
So
I'm saying. We just, I'm like,
game's free.
it is.
I ain't have a working PC at the time.
All right, I ain't even gonna say too much. What was you saying, Sir Douglas?
Whatever.
Nah, I'm with it, bro. I'm with it. But nah, let's talk about the biggest game, right? The biggest game releasing GTA 6, boys. What's your expectations? You think the world's
Um,
Honest
gonna stop?
expectation.
You think the
I
world's
got
gonna stop?
I got two things for it. I think they can do something. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go stupid, of course, because they just know how to. They know marketing at its finest. They are marketing gurus. They know Rockstar are fucking crazy people when it comes to this shit. But in terms of the multiplayer aspect, not even just the multiplayer, because we haven't really seen much gameplay per se.
Just the leaks in that fun of like,
Yeah, just little leaks and stuff like that. But off of the little leaks alone, like that last big leak that they had, what was it? When they had dude and his shorty, they was robbing the goddamn food store, whatever the case.
all
Am I
type
tripping?
shit. No,
Yeah.
no, yeah. They came in with
Okay. Yeah, so I think in this sense, they're gonna like not steal from 5M, but they about to copy and paste a lot of this shit from 5M on there. It's gonna
That's
be
what we
so
hope.
funny.
That's what we hope because
nah,
they
but
bought
that's
the
No,
motherfuckers
that's what
out.
that's what in the smartest sense, in the business sense, that'd be the best way to do it. Because now it's like I've been telling y'all for the longest. They just went and did the super. Let me see your homework real quick, so I could pass this essay. They bought out 5M. They're gonna let everybody do they scripts, all this extra stuff. Whoop de whoop whoop. Now they get to pick and choose because all that's really their stuff. Because they own it all. You feel me? And oh, I like that script. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. Let me get that one. That one. And
yeah.
if they do it right, they're gonna have that game looking stupid and moving stupid. It's gonna be probably it might go for 15. Well, how long did the last Grand Theft go?
Oh no, this is
Like
definitely gonna.
strong.
This is no. This yeah. This was 2013. They
Definitely
made it.
might go for 15.
This is
Like
12
no
years.
bullshit.
This is gonna be 13 years. It's 13 years.
So in terms, bro, I think they'll stretch that shit out for a good 15.
Nah, yeah.
A
I'm
good
thinking.
15 to
I'm
20.
not gonna lie. I'm saying 15 to 20, bro. Because they already talked about it being their last GTA for right now. Like they already
Cause
came
like, oh,
out
bro,
and said
and if they
it's probably
stretch
gonna
that
be.
shit to 20 years, bro, niggas is gonna make me mad. Or dogs,
But
they're
I'm not
gonna make
gonna
me
lie,
mad.
because they came out and said that they have works. They already have like their own. I seen shit about Bully 2. I seen shit about another Red Dead. I seen shit about like shit like that. Like they have other like shit that they're hoping to do, right? So it's like if this game is this successful and they still have the like and it's the devs work on it completely. They have all like the updates. It runs smooth, right? They're definitely gonna push out another game, bro. They're gonna push out something else, and it per se might not do as good because you gotta think what they're up against themselves. They're not up against nobody else, right? They're up
Hmm.
against themselves. So they're gonna put out another. And to me, Rockstar Red Dead 2 was the best campaign I think I've ever played on a Rockstar game. Was probably the best story mode I've played on a Rockstar game. Multiplayer, they failed, and that's okay, right? Like they didn't do their best, but it wasn't. I gave it like a 6, 6.5, maybe a 7.
Wasn't too bad. It just
I
took too long to even start that
Nah,
bitch.
I wouldn't even think that. It's just there wasn't enough content, right? Like
Yeah,
Red
that
Dead
too.
1 was so fun, bro. That shit was just so fun, and I think they went above and beyond with the cards. They didn't even like the cards and adding all that other shit. Like the game was just good itself. It went too realistic for me, right? Like
When did
one
Red Dead 2 come out?
2018, right? Yeah, Red Dead came out 2018.
Nah, you said Red Dead?
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, I'm about to say, yeah,
Yeah,
2018. That makes sense. Okay.
it got to be 2018. Yeah, 2018. Hmm. But like, see, everybody gave it a like the game itself was amazing. Nobody just liked the multiplayer, bro. The multiplayer sold because it was like they took too long for updates. They took too long to put content out. They didn't have, and that was the thing. It was like they was still pushing GTA 5, bro. Like, but like the original Red Dead Redemption, which is really the second Red Dead. It's a this is the prequel, and oh, this is the
Yeah, I never
sequel.
knew that there was a Red Dead Revolver. That
Oh,
I,
that
I
yeah,
never
Red Dead
knew that.
Revolver was fire.
I
But that
found that
was
shit out
initially, yeah,
after.
that was the first one. That was the first ever one. Then it was Red Dead 2 was the second one, and then Red Dead Redemption is the third one. But they did that too, those two like backwards. Cuz after like if you play, I don't want to spoil the ending, but yeah, you take over as John Marston, which is the person in Red Dead Redemption. And that's where you start the journey of because he's going after to kill all the guys he was in the gang with in Red Dead Redemption 2. So it's
Yeah, I
like
ended up figuring that shit out after.
yeah, so it's like it's a even
Oh
like
yeah,
I heard I don't know, but to me that one of their biggest games that I wish they would do something with is LA Noire. That's one of the funnest fucking
that was
police
cool.
games
I
I
fucked with
think I've
that.
ever played in my life, bro. I think the time was dope, the dialogue, the animations, right? And the time we live in right now with all these animations is fire, bro. Like it's really fire. And that's the like, that's the sad shit. It's like, damn. But fifth, what is it that you expect, right? What's something that you like? To me, I think the world's gonna stop, right? I think people are gonna call out of work. I think for at least like 2 to 3 days, people are not like malls are gonna be flooded because everybody's gonna want a hard copy of this shit, right? Um, which is gonna be crazy because it's the biggest video. It's gonna be the biggest video game release to date that we've
Internet
ever been
going
to.
break.
You know, I'm gonna go to it. I need that. I need a disc. I'm gonna get a disc.
No, I'm gonna get
I'm all set.
digital. I
And I
can't.
don't know if they not well I wanted this because I'll buy that shit digital and buy a disc just to keep that bitch because that game is gonna and I'll literally if I have a kid, bro, don't open this shit, don't do nothing to it. When I die, sell this shit. Like this because that shit's
That's
gonna
gonna be a
be
jump.
yeah, like yeah, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you look how much a pristine edition of what is it, Scarface is, bro. Like that shit's an expensive ass video game, bro. Like to buy a brand new copy of Scarface is dumb expensive. Sealed, closed, expensive. So imagine what GTA 6? Like, come on, bro.
Gonna be stupid.
Like, yeah, so Like I gotta
No,
get
that's
it.
just definitely gonna break the internet
And
for
I'm
sure.
probably gonna go to Prudential to do it, but I literally won a raffle in there. It was me, Steph, and Kuba, bro, and I won a raffle. And somebody else won mad shit too, like in there. Like we got control. I think I got a controller. Steph won a raffle in there before too. I think when he bought Gears, and when Gears 3 first came out or 4 or something, he won a raffle. He got a Gears controller. But it's lit though. Like no funny shit. Like I think that game's gonna be incredible, bro. I'm excited for it. Um, I think
I hope
you
they
know.
don't add no future shit like how they did with G5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, I don't want that shit. I think that was the
All that
Yeah,
downfall.
alien
no
shit.
future
I think
shit.
I think that was the biggest downfall. But
Yeah.
let's go, man. How do you, name some video games, right? Soundtracks that y'all fell in love with, man.
Halo.
Just
Mm,
you. Which one?
3.
It
You
wasn't.
want to just say the whole Halo track, like the
Oh,
whole.
you
Not
can
gonna
you
whole
say
can
the
you
whole
can
Halo
you can
track.
say that, but 3 had the best soundtrack.
okay,
I
I
think that's
got
Yeah,
the
two.
most. I think two's got a good one
I was
too.
between 2 and 3.
But 3 got like the most notable though. That's the one that's like. But I'm gonna go like for a soundtrack because Fifth, you played it too, so you can say um because it's on PlayStation. But Kingdom Hearts has an amazing soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
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 Frenchie used that shit, didn't he?
yeah. That's. I think he
Like
did.
he might
I
have,
think he did.
He did.
he might have. But that's it. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts got a fucking crazy soundtrack.
It
Um,
was
I'm
in that Mac and Cheese album, if I'm right.
I'm trying to think too. What else had a good ass fucking
SmackDown versus
SmackDown?
Raw,
Yes, 2007.
2008.
I'm going
Then in
7.
seven,
Seven was
seven.
my shit.
Yup, yup. Mm-hmm.
That had Triple H on it, right? 7 had Triple H.
No, wait. By himself?
Nah, he had somebody else,
Nah,
bro.
that was '09. If you're talking about with him and Shawn. Yeah, if
Nah,
you're talking about.
nah. See, it did. Yeah, Triple H was on there. It was Triple H. I don't know. It was Triple H.
Who
Fucking
else?
John Cena's on it. Rey Mysterio.
Okay, yeah,
And then
alright.
I don't know who the white chick is, the blonde bitch. And I don't know. I forget who this dude. That's not Randy Orton, bro. Who is that? Who the fuck is that? 2009 has Shawn Michaels though. That
Batista.
oh
That's
that is yeah.
Batista.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, that's when I think Rey Mysterio and Batista became a
Yeah, that
tag
was
team.
this shit. This game was man. That
Yeah,
was my
that was
shit, bro. This was
it.
this was pinnacle of wrestling, bro. Like
Yeah.
You know, I remember playing, I think that shit, the old wrestling on PlayStation 2, when they had the goddamn, that base that you put on the bottom, you could add 4 players.
I'm trying. I feel like I remember what you're
You never
talking
see?
about.
Here comes the pain.
What you mean? No, it was literally like a base that you put on the bottom of the PlayStation to make it like
Oh, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
8
I think
players.
is that Here Comes the Pain. I don't remember.
Is that like a
I
system
don't know. I
link
can't
thing?
remember.
I definitely did a system.
NCAA had a fire soundtrack too. '07
Yeah.
apparently.
I oh
I was here and there with the sports games.
What you said?
oh
'07
Oh
sports.
seven what?
yeah. NCAA.
'07 NCAA.
But you talking about
Mm.
basketball or football? Football?
I'm not too
That's
sure.
why
That
I'm like,
boy
yeah, I don't
Corn
know.
threw that up there. I'd
Yeah.
assume it would be the football.
Basketball,
I'd
I ain't
assume
gonna
it'd be
lie.
the
What was the one
football.
with KD? That had a solid.
Oh nine.
Oh
Oh
nine, yeah, with
nine. That
KD
was
was
that was
tough.
one of my favorites.
That shit was cold, bruh.
Don't sleep. 2K 17 had a cold soundtrack too.
Well, 12 did too. 12 was just straight.
13,
Yeah,
13 was the best. Just because
yeah,
Jay-Z took
yeah.
over and he
He had
did
a
what his
yeah,
thing.
that was a
I
football.
was gonna
Yeah.
say the Jay-Z one, but I feel like he had a song on there
That you
that
didn't
like used
like.
to piss me off, like because it would play faithfully
It was
every
probably that shit
fucking
with him
time.
and Alicia.
I don't fucking know. If I hear it, I'll know it.
I can't play it on here. We'll get fucking
Nah,
striked.
you good. I don't
It's
even want to
probably
hear
that
that
New
shit. I
York
want to break
shit.
nothing. I
I'm
want to break.
in New
New
York.
exactly.
You can't get straight to that. That shit
It
sound
was like
horrible.
it
You
was
ain't even
like
sound close.
I forget.
The
It
fuck?
was like when they added the YB song on 2K, bro, and it was like two. He said 2 words, and then the song, and it just was the
Well,
instrumental. Yo,
Yeah. Like those are a couple other ones that used to piss
it's
me off. Like, why would you even bother?
like,
Yeah,
That shit.
2K. Don't please. Can y'all start doing that? Throwing
Skyrim
songs I
had a
know
good
that got many
soundtrack too.
swears in it, bro,
Like that
and
shit.
y'all just blur out the whole shit.
Yeah,
Like,
like
just cut that shit out, bro.
fucking
Oh
soft
my
ass
god, Vice
songs.
City has some fire
Oh
soundtracks.
yeah, hell
But
yeah.
yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I forgot about Vice City. God damn it.
Grand Theft Auto 4 too. The Spanish station on there was fire. I don't know anything they speaking, but that shit was gas.
Oh, bro,
Slow
relax. I'm
Nah.
excited too. You're yelling at me. Relax, bro. Damn.
Yo.
Yeah, that shit might be dying, yo. My fault. I trying to give it a shot. That was a jab. My fault.
What else
That's
had
Um,
a
crazy.
good
You got it.
nah, but that
Skyrim has
yeah,
some nice shit.
Skyrim was alright. That it was like how do you say the word melodic, melodic? I
Nigga, stop. Oh, man, stop playing with me. Need for Speed Underground with Fat Joe screaming lean back.
That
Lean back.
okay. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yeah.
NFL Street had a good ass soundtrack.
What's the word,
Let's
Freddie?
go.
Bone Crusher.
Freddie!
Oh
Yo,
my God.
Freddie!
I can't even do it.
FD. What up, Frederick Douglass?
I can't
Um,
even do it.
but what's the
What?
yeah, NFL the Bone Crusher shit. We gonna rock. That shit, the Bone Crusher song. I forget what the
Yep,
name of it
yep.
is. It was on NFL Street. That had a hard ass soundtrack. That was a Need
Never
for Speed.
scared. I
Yeah,
ain't
I
never
ain't never
scared.
scared. What? I ain't
I
never
ain't never
scared.
Man,
Hey
scared. Yeah,
yo,
oh
back
God.
in bad.
Nah.
shout out my cousin Nux, bro. Cause when that shit came on, he used to fuck me up, bro. Like I don't know if the song just triggered him to whip
Def
my
Jam New
ass,
York definitely had
but
some good
he used to whip my
Yeah, that was a
ass,
mosh
yo.
pit
soundtracks
song
too.
before the mosh pits.
Yeah, that shit was
Um
tough. What else,
damn
man?
chat. What other games, you know what I'm saying, had some soundtracks, man?
I'm trying to think right now.
I mean, I'm not going to state the obvious one. Mario had always an amazing soundtrack. Anything they played was fire,
Yeah,
but
Mario was cool. Mario was
I ain't going
cool.
to state the obvious one. That's too
um,
obvious. That's easy. You feel me?
Damn, I'm trying to think, bro. What other games that had some
Smash
good
Bros had a
sound?
cool one. Smash Bros had a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, bro. NFL, yeah, Need for Speed, definitely, yeah. NFL Street, yeah, yeah. That shit,
I
nah,
don't
I'm not gonna
know.
lie, that was a. I'm trying to think, man. What the fuck we? There was so many.
NBA Streets 2,
Oh yeah, hell
that
yeah, that was
intro,
tough.
bro, yeah, that was the
NBA
toughest
Ballers
one.
had a good soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
I ain't play NBA baller.
Yeah, Ballers had a good soundtrack for sure.
Ballers is like, okay, y'all stepped it up from NBA Streets.
What else am I?
And he was
I'm
like,
trying to think. What other shit?
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I could think of off the top.
I'm about to.
I mean, Fallout. Fallout always had amazing tracks. Fallout soundtracks are fucking amazing.
I really wish I could. Oh, I didn't even think of that, bro. Nah, they got Fallout New Vegas on here. That was a good one.
same Freddie Streets 2, man. That was definitely the
Streets
best.
2 was up there. It definitely was up there. Soon
Oh God.
I'm not.
as
I'm
you
not.
touch.
I'm. Yeah. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if y'all played
Shit,
it a
Saints
lot,
Row
but
2 has some stupid tracks
Nah,
too.
yo,
yeah,
Saints
Saints Row.
Row,
Saints
Yeah,
Row
yo,
2
Saints
has
Row
some
2,
stupid ass
Saints Row
tracks.
I was
1.
about to just say Mafia 3 because I was in the 60s, bro, and they had some fire like 60s and 70s songs in that shit. And that shit was like it was gas, bro. I know that my age is showing, bro, but like my cousin's dad and my aunts and shit, they was bumping shit like that at cookouts, bro. So it was like,
I'm surprised you ain't say Brutal Legend. I ain't gonna lie to you.
oh, with Jack Black, fire. What? That shit was tough. And you can't say that video game was not fire. Brutal Legend was
I
gas.
never played it. I never
That
played it.
bro,
I never
EOS,
played it.
bro, what?
I
I got
never
that in the
played it.
crib,
I couldn't
Freddie.
afford
Oh
it. I
God.
couldn't afford it. It wasn't in my realm of games I wanted to ask for on my birthday. Let's put it like that. It wasn't up there. It wasn't up there.
Bro, Brutal Legend was fire.
I mean, did we say San Andreas? That's a given. That's a given.
That's a
Mafia 3.
yeah. I ain't throwing them in.
That's a given.
Um,
Yeah, that's all I can think of off the top. I'm not gonna lie.
Ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. Bro, I don't give a fuck. What you gonna ban me?
You better stop that. YouTube gonna hit you in the head. Give you a nice cocotazo right on your
Nah,
fucking
yeah,
head.
this game was fire, bro.
Damn, well, the games I got some fire soundtracks. Yo. XX3,
Oh
that's my
yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
SSX, yeah, fire. Trying to think, bro. Too. That's a tough one. Brothers in Arms was a great game. Yo, that's what thing was talking about earlier. How the hell what you just rewinded gang?
Song,
Good
yo,
hell.
Q, bro. I was just saying, like, yo, bro, into Brothers in Arms.
That's crazy.
I think I remember Q having that shit.
That was a fire. That was bro.
I
Q was
vaguely
just talking
remember that.
about Q. Remember you just brought up the other day the outfit, bro. You remember the outfit? You ever played that? You definitely probably played
Outfit.
the outfit.
I that's the shit where you like had like tanks and stuff and you
Yeah,
kind of like
outfit.
set
Look,
them up.
go to the thing. Yeah, the outfit
Yeah,
with the black
I think
soldier.
Corn's the one that actually put me on to this shit.
Yeah, the outfit was
Nah, that was
fire.
a great game, bro.
Outfit was
I think he put
fire.
me on to this shit, and I came out with two. Did they come out with a two? I think I had
They
two.
might have came out with one. I'm not sure.
But the outfit was smooth. That was peace.
Yeah, this was a cool ass game. See, the military shits, bro. I could play these bitches, and then they didn't have a problem. I remember the
Oh
first
yeah, the
time I
outfit
played.
was the one.
I played it. Yeah, I remember the first time I played a racing game. Though, man, that shit was funny as shit, bro. I forget. It might have been Forza Horizon 2, bro. She thought I was really like watching racing, gang. I was like, "Ma, you can't be this gullible, yo."
Them graphics?
Sean White snowboarding. I was there for that.
I didn't really play that. I didn't play no Sean
Yeah,
White. The only snowboarding game I fucked with was SSX, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
that was it for me. No
Yeah,
bullshit.
SFX and the goddamn MX versus ATV.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
a
that
good
was
shit.
it.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
MX
All
versus
those I ain't gonna
ATV.
lie, all those motocross games, bro. Fire soundtracks,
Might as well
bro.
just go into the sports section now, if that's the case.
Yeah, that was
You know,
yeah.
start talking about them Johns. But that's sports. That's technically sports.
Nah, yeah, it is. It is. They have some fire shit, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but I ain't gonna lie, we coming up to the end of our, you know what I'm saying? To the end of the pod, man. We got 3 minutes, boys.
Yo, chat, tell us what's your favorite games childhood.
Yeah, what's your favorite games, man? You know, what was that
Man,
rollerblading game
side
where you
note,
spray paint
do
shit?
y'all
That
remember
was
Brute Force?
oh the hold on. Yeah, I remember Brute Force. The skating game, that was Jet Set Radio,
Just
right?
yeah, just a radio. Yeah,
Yeah.
you got
That
to
was
collect
the
the spray
shit.
paint.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
That was the shit.
That was
we're
fire.
playing that on
That
regular Xbox, I think.
that game, what was the game that came out on Xbox, bro, that we was playing for a while? Sunset Overdrive was like a mixture of
Never played that.
Jet Set Radio and literally not dying light.
Really?
Yeah, it was like that. Are you being sarcastic, bro?
Nah, I swear to God, that was
Nah.
serious.
Yeah, nah, it was like that.
You never know
Cause you
with
could
him.
skate, you were skating with the characters and shit, but then it was like Dead Rising. Like imagine you combine that game and Dead Rising together, bro, because you were fighting like mutants that were basically like the zombies, but then you were doing like cool ass tricks and like fucking skating everywhere and grinding on like the pikes and like the buildings and scaling shit. It was fire, bro.
Y'all play Nemesis,
Nemesis, nah.
Marvel Nemesis?
huh?
You talking about Marvel Nemesis?
Yeah, yes, for
I
Xbox.
never
Nah, I
had it.
haven't played it.
I wanted to.
Oh my gosh, bro, that was one of them.
I definitely wanted to.
That was
I
like,
was busy playing Oddworld and Doctor Muto. I ain't gonna lie.
see, I was there for that.
That boy don't know them things. Trying to tell him. Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey.
Oddworld was fire. Yeah, Oddworld was cool. That was like the little like alien motherfuckers and shit. Spyro was fire.
Hmm.
Hell yeah.
Freddie said Crash Bandicoot.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
my
You said
God.
Spyro. Spyro was definitely cold. You was talking about that? What was that episode 3?
You remember Rare
Yeah.
Replay? Y'all ever played Rare Replay with all the games on it and shit? The random ass Rare Replay games. They had like
Nah.
what? Well, we coming to an end, but I'm gonna show this though. We good, right?
We could.
This shit had mad shit on it. Rare Replay, bro. Where's the games on this
The
shit?
whole Harry Potter game was fun. I think I played that for Wii though. I played the Harry Potter for Wii.
This shit had so much stuff in it in Rare Replay, bro. It had Fur Day. It had Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct was cool. Sundown. What else is in this shit, bro? Banjo Kazooie, bro. You never played Banjo Kazooie?
Nah.
That
Other
was
people
fire.
around me played that shit.
Yeah, Banjo Kazooie was fire. Yeah,
I'm
Banjo.
surprised. You take me more of a Shark Tale nigga. I ain't gonna lie.
Shark Tale was cool. I didn't really play like that, but it was cool. I think my cousin Colin had that shit.
I was playing Incredibles.
Man, that was fire. And the
Yeah.
SpongeBob game, the old school SpongeBob,
Yup.
the movie video
Yup.
game was
The
fire.
movie. Yup.
PS2, fire,
Mm-hmm.
fire, bro. Like,
The Simpsons game was fire.
and they had a cool ass game too. Was called A Kingdom for Keflings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't play that shit. That's some old shit.
Yeah. There go your age showing once again.
Ain't gotta be mean, bro. Nah, why this motherfucker got the yams?
Hey yo,
What you
hey
mean
yo.
by
On
that?
that note, chat.
Oh no, look at the stream.
You
Look
don't
at the
have to
stream.
talk. Nah,
Yo,
you
look at
good, man.
look
We're
at
about
this.
to come into a close.
Yo, the
This
skier
is
got the
about that
yams,
time.
bro. Alright. Bro, the skier got the yams, bro. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. But yo,
That's crazy.
comment, subscribe on the videos. On the
Share.
share it. Even on the what's that shit called? The shorts. Show love on all of those, man.
Definitely none of the Harry Potter games. I just seen that comment. No Harry Potter games.
The Harry Potter game was
Harry
tough
Potter.
though. That newest one was fire, Q. Don't listen to him, bro. I ain't gonna lie, don't listen to him, but
Crazy.
yeah, man.
Harry
What you
Potter.
mean get this
Yeah.
man? Yo, man, that the skier got the
Yeah,
yams.
you gonna
No, he's
try
crazy.
and justify yourself? No.
Alright,
He's
but
he's crazy. It's past his bedtime, right? He's
yeah.
wilding.
Alright, man. I'm
Somebody
just
clip that, please.
saying
Clip
that that
that,
motherfucker
yes.
that skier got the yams.
And he gonna say it again.
Cause
All right, fellas.
bro, look.
It was a
Nah, have
great
a good one. I'm about to
episode.
go. I'm about to go eat
Alright,
my
man.
food, man. That boy acting up.
We'll holla at y'all. See y'all
Y'all have a good
for
one, man.
Wednesday. Turn y'all cams off. So I could this shit. I